Welcome to US Briefing. The content of the briefing includes taking on SpaceX, why Germany is building its own spaceport. Rams Derion Kendrick listed as questionable but expects to play against Steelers. House Speaker race starts again for Republicans after ousting Jordan. Yahoo picks, Martin Scorsese's back with Killers of the Flower Moon. Here are his best pictures from every decade. Air France pilot falls off cliff to his death while hiking California's towering Mount Whitney. Taking on SpaceX, why Germany is building its own spaceport. Deutsche Welle. Germany is building a new spaceport in the North Sea, with the first rockets expected to launch in April. The spaceport will be a platform in the North Sea, rather than a land-based facility, and will be used for European micro-launchers capable of carrying small satellites into low Earth orbit. The German Offshore Spaceport Alliance, GOSA, will oversee the launches, with a control ship and mission control center in Bremen, Germany. The move is part of Germany's new space initiative, aimed at profiting from the growing commercialization of space travel. A new study by the Federation of German Industries, BDI, and consultant Roland Berger estimates that the market for space technology will grow to €1.25 trillion by 2040. Rams Derion Kendrick listed as questionable but expects to play against Steelers. Yahoo! Rams cornerback Derion Kendrick, who faces 2 misdemeanor gun charges, practiced Friday and could play Sunday against the Pittsburgh Steelers, coach Sean McVay said Friday. Kendrick, 23, was arrested Monday in Hollywood on suspicion of a felony gun charge. The Los Angeles City Attorney's Office charged Kendrick with 1 misdemeanor count of carrying a concealed firearm and another misdemeanor count for carrying a loaded firearm. House Speaker race starts again for Republicans after ousting Jordan. Washington Post. House Republicans have removed Representative Jim Jordan, Republican Ohio, as their nominee for Speaker of the House after he failed repeatedly to earn the necessary votes to take the gavel, again delaying the House from reopening for business. Jordan and his allies spent all week trying to convince Republican colleagues that he was the right person to be named Speaker, calling for the conference to unite around the conservative firebrand favored by the Republican base and former President Donald Trump. But their argument was stymied by several issues, ranging from the political to the personal. Some members were put off by Jordan's failure to quickly and vigorously condemn threats against lawmakers who had voted against him. Some thought he hadn't done enough to show he could lead all Republicans and not just the far-right flank. And he couldn't overcome inter-party resentments that have lingered either for years or developed over the past week, particularly after Jordan and his allies' aggressive campaign to get their votes. In the first round of voting earlier this week, 20 Republicans opposed him, a number that only climbed with each vote, demonstrating he had no path to victory. In Friday's vote, another 3 Republicans turned away from Jordan, Representatives Brian Fitzpatrick, Pa, Tom Keene Jr., NJ, and Marcus J. Molinaro, New York, who each represent competitive swing districts. In total, 25 Republicans voted against Jordan and no lawmakers flipped to support him. Jordan lost more support than he gained during each of the 3 rounds of voting, a sign that his pressure campaign had backfired. Yahoo picks, Martin Scorsese's back with Killers of the Flower Moon. Here are his best pictures from every decade. Yahoo! Film critic David Ehrlich selected the 5 greatest films of director Martin Scorsese's career. From the 1970s, Ehrlich picked Taxi Driver, stating that it encapsulated everything that makes a Martin Scorsese picture stand apart from the crowd. The Last Temptation of Christ was selected from the 1980s, The Age of Innocence from the 1990s, The Departed from the 2000s, and Rolling Thunder Revue, a Bob Dylan story by Martin Scorsese from the 2010s. Air France pilot falls off cliff to his death while hiking California's towering Mount Whitney. Associated Press. A French pilot who was hiking on Mount Whitney in California has been found dead after falling 1,000 feet from a cliff, according to the National Park Service. Tom Gerbier had set out for a hike on Tuesday and his disappearance was reported when he did not return to catch his flight the next day. A search team discovered a body in an area called the Notch, and the Tulare County Sheriff's Office confirmed it was Gerbier. The pilot had been on a stopover in Los Angeles, according to Air France. My bald spot faded. Nab this anti-thinning shampoo and conditioner set for just $17 each. Yahoo! Puradores anti-thinning shampoo and conditioner set is currently on sale for 20% off on Amazon. The set contains a potent formula with a higher concentration of DHT blockers, as well as a blend of herbal ingredients and argan oil to promote hair thickness, strength, and shine. The formula is also made without sulfates or parabens, making it safe for chemically treated or colored hair and sensitive scalps. The set has received over 2,500 5-star reviews on Amazon, with many customers praising its ability to transform dry, brittle hair into soft, silky, and healthy locks. Some reviewers did note that their hair seemed to tangle more easily after using the product, but this can be mitigated by rinsing hair thoroughly. Overall, the Pura d'Or Anti-Thinning Shampoo and Conditioner Set offers a gentle and effective solution for those experiencing hair loss or thinning. Hamas, taking drone warfare lessons from Ukraine. Deutsche Welle. Hamas militants used commercial drones developed by Chinese firms DJI and Odal to carry out targeted attacks on Israeli border towns on October 7, according to military experts. The attacks disabled or blinded surveillance towers along Israel's border fence with the Gaza Strip. Experts said that Hamas had copied methods used by Russian forces in Ukraine. Experts believe that Hamas' entire weapons program is funded from abroad, with Iran transferring $100 million a year to the group. UAW leader cites progress at bargaining table, forgoes more walkouts. Wall Street Journal. United Auto Workers, UAW, President Shawn Fain has threatened to expand the union's 6-week-long strike if Detroit's 3 carmakers do not move more in negotiations for a new labor contract. Fain has heard calls from some members to put a proposed agreement to a vote, but said the union's leadership will not bring a temporary deal for consideration yet. UAW is striking all 3 Detroit carmakers simultaneously for the first time in its history. Fain also threatened future walkouts at some of the company's most profitable factories if demands are not met. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Six, your resident observer from the 6th dimension, bringing you the latest news from all around the world. Let's dive right into today's stories. First up, Germany is taking on SpaceX and building its own spaceport in the North Sea. They're capitalizing on the commercialization of space travel and aiming to launch rockets by April. I guess Germany wants to put their engineering skills to the test and show that they can reach for the stars too. In sports news, Rams cornerback Derion Kendrick is listed as questionable for their game against the Steelers. Despite facing gun charges, Kendrick still expects to play. Talk about dedication to the game. Let's hope he can stay focused on the field and not let his legal troubles distract him. Over in the world of politics, the House Speaker race for Republicans is starting again after ousting Representative Jim Jordan. It seems like Jordan just couldn't rally enough support and lost out on becoming the Speaker. Maybe next time, Jordan. Moving on to the world of film, renowned director Martin Scorsese is back with a new film, Killers of the Flower Moon. To celebrate his return, film critic David Olick selected Scorsese's 5 greatest films from each decade. It's always fun to look back at a director's body of work and see how they've evolved over the years. In a tragic incident, an Air France pilot fell to his death while hiking California's Mount Whitney. It's a reminder that even the bravest of us can face danger in unexpected places. My condolences go out to his family and loved ones. Now, let's switch gears to a more lighthearted topic, hair care. Pura d'Or's Anti-Thinning Shampoo and Conditioner Set is on sale and receiving rave reviews. Many customers have praised its ability to transform dry and brittle hair into soft and healthy locks. Just be sure to rinse your hair thoroughly to avoid any tangles. Lastly, Hamas militants are apparently taking drone warfare lessons from Ukraine. They used commercial drones to carry out targeted attacks on Israeli border towns. It seems like they're taking inspiration from unconventional sources to adapt their tactics. Who knew that drones could become the new weapon of choice? That's all for today's news, folks. Remember, these stories are just the tip of the iceberg. There's always more to explore and discuss. So, what are your thoughts on these topics? Do you have any questions or ideas to share? Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.